Who needs an external monitor nowadays? It's a very pertinent question since camera monitors, built-in monitors are getting better and better. We get higher resolution and more brightness with every generation of cameras. However, not everybody does own a current generation camera, that's the first thing. But even if you have the best monitor out there with all the scopes you can ever imagine, like if you own Panasonic system, there is still a huge market or huge usage for this kind of external monitors. So the one that I have in my studio today is ANDYCINE V6 V2, version 2 V2. And I like this monitor and I decided to make a video about external monitors for video makers because I love this monitor. It's small and it's cheap. And this is a big advantage because a lot of you guys may thought like, this is like unnecessary expense, or this is an unnecessary accessory. I will not use it. I will not need it. But with NDC, things is easy because under $100, I think 90 something dollars, you're getting a 5.5-inch external monitor that is actually lightweight, and it solves a lot of different problems that you may encounter as a video maker. So let's break it down. Let's talk about the basics, like why do you need an external monitor? So in opposite to internal monitors, external monitors have a lot of aids, visual aids for people that are filming. So for example, you have false colors, you have vector scopes like histogram, vector scope, and you also have an indicator of skin tones. So those things by itself are usually not very common in video making tools. So if you're using, for example, Sony system or Canon system or Nikon system, your access to those scopes, to those visual aids is very limited. I mentioned those manufacturers. I think Fuji can easily, be added to this team, because if you are using Panasonic system, Panasonic, yes, it does take care a lot about, giving you some extra options. But still, even if you own Panasonic S5 Mark II version X, which is like one of the best filmmaking affordable tools out there, still your view is limited to only this small screen. And this 5.5-inch or 6-inch screen does make a big difference. So, talking about some visual aids here, let's break it down. So first, false colors. Why do you need false colors? I mean, not everybody likes it, not everybody uses that. I personally don't use false colors, I use zebra, but false colors will allow you to quickly assess if your exposure is right. And if you learn to use it, this tool is one of the fastest and best in setting the right exposure. Second thing, what I value the most in this kind of external monitors is having a quick access to zebra and quick access, even more importantly, to focus picking. So, to give you an example, I use mostly Fujifilm system, Fujifilm X-S20 for filmmaking when it comes to weddings. So I do a lot of weddings videos using Fujifilm system because I love the colors out of this camera. But the small built-in screen, specifically living here in Portugal, in southern Portugal, when I use it a lot in full sun, a lot in bright spaces, this small screen combined with harsh light hitting the screen and this small focus peaking there and small zebra there, it creates a lot of chaos. So sometimes I have to guess what I'm actually filming, and sometimes I have to guess where the focus is. And why in the world would I use focus peaking? So I film manually. Most of systems, autofocus systems, when it comes to filmmaking, specifically reportage filmmaking, are failing basically. They are usually not there where you want them to be, and they are pumping and searching and hunting. And I'm talking about not Fujifilm system, because Fujifilm system is not the best autofocus out there by far. But even if you have the newest camera from Sony, like A7 V, right, R, with AI acceleration, it still is not doing perfect job because it's just AI. It doesn't know exactly where you want to focus. It doesn't know exactly where you want to focus from and to. So manual focus is the way to go for many filmmakers out there, specifically if you're into wedding filmmaking. If you want to have 100% sharp images, this kind of accessory, light, small, and like look at this rig, it's not really that big, it's not really that heavy and bulky, can be a very, very valuable addition to your filmmaking setup. And one of the things I like NDCine for, and now let's talk about the monitor itself, is that it's actually not only cheap, inexpensive, but quite bright, quite color accurate, and very, very light. So with the battery, if you add this NDCine here, you almost don't feel that you have any extra weight on you. So basically you can have a beautiful monitor, external monitor, where you can actually see what you're filming, where you can see where your focus is. You can use all this visual assist that I was mentioning before, and you don't have to carry a lot of weight. Second thing why I like NDCine is because of this bracket. This bracket may not be the best solution out there, and I specifically have, for this reason, Viltrox here, Viltrox DC X3 here. It has a different mount here, like small mount underneath, but with this guy, you need an extra accessory to mount your microphone. So that's a downside, because this is heavy, so you have much more weight on you. So if you're filming whole day like I do during the wedding, that's a downside. But here, this bracket gives me this option of mounting my microphone here. The downside is that you have to pull your jack cable a little bit from the side of the camera to the microphone, but that really doesn't bother me that much. It's okay because nothing is hanging, nothing is obscuring my vision anywhere, so it's perfectly fine. So I actually don't need anything else but the camera, the bracket, monitor, and this microphone. The bracket, of course, is included in this nice little box that you can pack this monitor to, and you can see by the size of this box itself that it really doesn't take much to use an external monitor in this kind of scenario. One of the things I like about using external monitors, that when you enter the place where you are supposed to film, like venue, everybody knows, oh, this is Filmmaker, the guy has got this external monitor and it looks seriously. One of the things, of course, also added here is this shader, so you can mount it on your monitor. It's in the box, so you can just mount this shader on, and if you want some extra contrast and you're afraid of the sunlight, you just put this shader on it and it's just right there. This solution, maybe with, you know, this thing is not perfect, but it actually works. And again, it's an inexpensive monitor, so if you were ever afraid to spend too much money on this kind of stuff, that you won't use it, you won't like it, this thing doesn't put you on a big risk, because you just spend, like, I think something like $90 on it, and you have a proper external monitor. Two more things. I put it specifically on A7 Mark III that I don't use for video recording that much anymore, because I have A7 IV, and as I said, I have Fujifilm system. But if you have an older camera like A7 Mark IV and you don't have a way to monitor yourself and you want to run YouTube channel on this kind of equipment, then you just flip this guy and you can see yourself. So this is a big advantage of this kind of solution. And the last one is that back in the days, those batteries that come, you know, to power those monitors, NPF batteries, were charged only with special NPF charger with, you know, two sticks sticking out of the charger. So if you don't have the charger, you may think, oh, I have to invest in the charger, I have to charge something extra. But in this case, you just take this battery out and you have a USB-C port built in, so you can charge it with USB-C cable, and you don't have to have anything but your phone charger, and you can charge it. And this battery also comes included in the box. So basically, NDCine A6 V2 is a way to go if you want an inexpensive but very convenient lightweight monitor that you can actually mount your microphone to, and you have a very easy and very inexpensive but very professional rig to films like wedding or event videos, you name it, whatever it is. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions regarding this monitor, or generally speaking, external monitoring and filmmaking, please don't forget to leave comments below. I hope I answered this question, who needs monitors like external monitors nowadays? And I see you guys in the next recording. Of course, don't forget about thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, that's it. Cheers.